Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Let's get into it. Oh yeah. How are we all, peeps? Hope you're all well. Had a good Saturday. Grand final day here in Australia. Richmond Football Club won that. Spoiler alert. Too late. Absolute flogging apparently. Great Western Sydney copped it fairly hard up the clacker. It, 70, 80 points or something ridiculous. Didn't sound like much of a contest, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame for grand final. So, anyway, good for Richmond, bad for Greater West Sydney, I guess. Next year, they start training. You start training again. Rightio, I had a great afternoon. We talked about the 7 artesian lens on the M50, this beautiful little baby, and what a pearler. See if I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm going to chuck it on Instagram. Let me just check that. Oh, you may not be able to see it. Let me get it around. I don't know if you can see that photo there. That was this afternoon's sunset. I just grabbed one I knew was really good and just had a quick 10-minute edit on it. And yeah, stoked. Yeah, just shot straight out after work, run out into the scrub, and managed to get that. It's got a nice little flare. It's got a beautiful little flare in there as well. Sun's got this. We've got about 30, 40 photos, and we've got about 3 or 4 where that sun's just cresting on the horizon, and you get those just nice shards of orange. Yeah, very, very happy. So yeah, the lens did very well. Very happy about the lens so far. We've got some nice stuff I want to look at, and while I was over there, looked at a bit of a plan for some stuff for that for shift change. So yeah, pretty cool. Very excited about that. Very excited. Can you tell? Rightio. So yeah, I guess had a good afternoon. You got to call that a good day when you capture something you really wanted to capture, and you got it sort of, well, not probably super mega amazing, but yeah, it's come up really good. So yeah, happy. Joy. Now, let's talk some software. We all know GoPro, big release for that, October. We've got some more stuff. We've got a couple in those lines. Let's talk GoPro straight away. Anyway, 1st of October, GoPro's releasing 3 new things they've told us. That's what we know so far. We talked about it previously. The leaks about a possible attachments, bodies with an inbuilt speaker, flip-up screen as part of a body attachment, and stuff like that. So we've sort of seen those photos. You can get them on the web. They're pretty easy. Leaks come out today of your standard GoPro box, this rectangular box with a clear up the top and all that, in a dirty bag like it's been in the garbage bag. Someone's got a leak photo of this thing. As you know, it's got all the specs on the outside of the box. So we were looking at 120 frames a second, 4K 120. That's possibly not going to happen if this box, and it looks pretty legit, 4K 60 frames a second, 1080 at 240 frames a second, so that's pretty cool. Hypersmooth 2.0 and Time Warp 2.0. We don't know what they're going to be, but the last time, both of them, Hypersmooth was really good. The Osmo was probably a little bit better. They had like a rock steady in there, so that was not, that sort of upped the game a little bit, and so I'm assuming Hypersmooth's now going to come in a little bit more. I've got a theory on that on another section, but we'll keep going. It's got a media mode confirmed in there, and we think that's going to be something along the lines of a case with 2 hot shoes, one on the top, one on the side. Foldable mount legs underneath, so you know how you have your 2 little arms for your GoPro 7. So these 2 little mounts, let's quickly take these off. So these 2 little mounts that you need for all the GoPro accessories to get on your jobbies. I can mount that on my Joby 3, stuff like that on your tripods. So basically what they're saying is this is going to be no more case. So that's the GoPro 7 case. This won't be a case. These will be part of the body. the new battery. I'll take this out, probably easier to show you that way. What's going to happen? I'll get a photo. There's some photos lying around of it. I tried to get the photo of, and I think I've got a photo of that case. So those legs will come down to the bottom. The battery case here, the old GoPro 7, that's now going to come up to the side. So it'll be battery through the side, SIM card battery through the side. Fold out legs here, so they'll fold flat, so you can still sit it down, but it's going to have the legs. Got the screen here. It's got a lens. The lens looked a little bit different to that actually. Now that they're looking at that, once I've got home, a little bit different. No difference in the lens. The lens seems all pretty much the same. But the media mode obviously is that one where we're going to have the different cases and the stuff where we're about to flip up and the speaker mount and all that sort of stuff. So you'll get it. There'll be a media mode will come in a case and that'll have the speaker inbuilt. So when you plug it on, everything will just match up. So that looked pretty well. I think there are a few people sort of on the web upset about it not being 120 frames for the 4K. But it's still going to be a pretty cool bit of kit, I think. My one thing I was sort of disappointed on here with the DJ, you've got the little video screen so you can see yourself, so you can line yourself up and get all your frame right, set your frame right. It's still the same. So it still just gives you your data, what you're doing, if you're filming, stuff like that. It doesn't actually, it's not an actual screen as such. So I guess we're all hoping that there's going to be that little flip up screen that comes out. It'll have a hot shoe mount on the top and on the side on that media mode case. So however that's going to work. But yeah, so that's going to be the differences against the 7 so far. I'll chuck a photo of the box so you can see. I've got a photo of that. There's some photos of the thing. I'll see if I can grab a couple of photos and just show you on the thumbnail. So we've got a reference point for it. But that's on the 1st, so that's 2 days away. So we'll know all exactly what's going on there. So, but nonetheless, it does sound good. Obviously, we need to get explained the Hypersmooth 2.0 and the Time Warp 2.0. There's a couple of references and I'm sort of in agreement with them with what about some optional lenses. We all know this does a super wide lens and that's fantastic, but there's a couple of companies that you can now buy like a good quality normal lenses just to bolt onto the 7. So that this pops off, you can put a normal lens like a 48mm and rada. Ideally it'd be great if they could team up with, say, a Moment or someone like that, that would be good. And then so we could have an anamorphic on here. Just pop on an anamorphic, pop on a 48mm wide, or even better, if they could, GoPro could team up with Strooman Advanced because those lenses were better and cheaper, so that would be pretty cool. I'm hopeful Strooman will have something coming out for the GoPro 8 too as well, so something they can pop on. Might send them a bit of an email, see if they've got anything planned for that. So yeah, that's the GoPro 8 from what we know, 4K 60, 1080 at 240, which would be pretty cool. 1080 is still pretty good. 90%, probably 80-90% of the YouTube's probably 1080. So if you get 240 frames, that's pretty slow. That's pretty cool. That makes for some pretty sick slow-mo action. Hypersmooth already very cool. Again, if it's upsy ante anyway, I guess what that's probably going to mean for us is a no gimbal. So currently you've got to put one of these in a gimbal. If Hypersmooth 2.0 lets us film at say 4K in Hypersmooth, so we can just hold it and it's going to be silky smooth. No gimbal, we can just mount on a selfie stick and we get the exact same footage as a gimbal. That's, I think, maybe where they're focusing their efforts on. But yeah, so very cool. GoPro 8, so 2 days we'll find all the exact action on that. Now, for the GoPro, as I said to you, we talked about smooth footage and stuff like that. There's a company or a couple of guys that created a software package, and they're actually drone races, which I didn't know. I had heard about it before, but I watched Potato Jet's got a new video out today with one of the guru, I guess, filmers, OG little FPV drone racers. So they're the guys who wear the glasses and just fly the drones, and they get the little tiny drones. And what he basically does is strip a GoPro 6, strip the body out, take the lens, bolt it onto a little mini drone, and then he flies it and films it all on that, and the footage is wild. I mean, this guy is awesome, and he made it look really easy. Potato Jet had a go, he didn't crash. They're different they're not like the DJ Mavics where they self-level and all that. You've got to hold them up and do that. But he was going through gaps like that, that big in concrete, and through monkey bars and you know, the hoops on those swinging chains you see like on Venice Beach, you know, the old sort of swinging, see the guy swinging those hoops. He flew backwards through one of them on this drone. It was, yeah, really sensational. I've got to make sure I get to his YouTube and subscribe to him, because that was really cool. If I find his name, I'll put it down. He has been doing this since '07, and he basically, you might have heard of the software called Real Steady. It's basically a software that can come in and you've got your shaky footage. Premiere Pro, I think I've discussed on a couple of occasions, I've tried to use the stabilization inbuilt with Premiere Pro, and I've just about gone insane, and I've had to reset 2 days worth of work just to get it back to normal, because it just didn't work. I'm not sure. I'm assuming I'm just stuffing up the way I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm applying it. But his software's a lot easier. You can buy the software and it makes it silky smooth and like a million times better. Take something that Premiere Pro's still sort of got a shake in it even after stabilization. Well, this will then make it like just a full gimbal spec. They do that. They attack it a different way. I'm just trying to think of how they did it. They don't, something to do within some of the software where they do it a different way. So instead of stabilizing it the other way that everyone else is using, they attack it from a different way. And he's a really smart guy, and they've got it right. Now the only problem with it, if you want to buy it for the Adobe series or software series, it's attached. It's basically like a LUT, I guess. You can add it in and you just add it on and then do your thing and tune it up, and then it makes it look good. It's $400, and that's American. You can buy a downloader pack for the GoPro. I'm assuming that'll go onto Quick, the software for GoPro. That's $99 American. So that's not too bad. I'm actually sort of thinking, well, with Hypersmooth and that, it will make a big difference. So even with Hypersmooth, it will make it even smoother on top of that. So that's why I'm sort of wondering, maybe GoPro and Real Steady, and I think these sort of guys might have worked together at some stage. Maybe Real Steady's licensing their software to GoPro, or something along those lines, and that's why it's getting better and better, because that software, if you go to the website and you'll just go, wow, geez, that's pretty cool. Use guys that have, if you've done video and stuff and try to stabilize something, you'll understand what I mean when it can be a real pain in the ass trying to do it in Premiere. So yeah, very cool, but yeah, a little Xing. Not something you can definitely afford at the moment. So, but yeah, down the track, definitely worthwhile, and I think it would make a huge difference to my videos. I've looked at maybe getting a gimbal, but maybe I can attack it from a different avenue. That's another option. It's probably about the same price. A gimbal's about $400, where this is $400, and I don't have to worry about a gimbal. I can just come in and smash it the other way. So anyway, Real Steady is the name brand. So REEL, Reel, like fishing reel, and Steady. So check that out. They're pretty cool. I'll chuck a link below for that one. Amazon, Alexia. If you're an Amazon person, you use the Alexia for your house and home. You'd know about what they can do. Well, they're coming out with glasses, Alexia glasses, and a ring. The ring will be a button underneath, titanium. It's got a day's worth of charge in it, and basically you can take one call You can put one phone number in that you can receive a call from or take a call from or something like that. But you can also ask questions of Alexia. I'm assuming it syncs like headphones, Bluetooth or something to your phone in your pocket, so you don't have to pull anything out. And along those lines, and the glass is basically the same thing. It'll sync to something and you can just sit there and go, hey Alexia, do tap and blah blah blah. So that's coming out from Amazon. I probably think with Apple AirPods and stuff like that, most people have got AirPods in when they travel on the trains and stuff where they're going to use this sort of gear. I can't imagine you'd be allowed to sit at work with that on and take phone calls and just talk out loud anyway at work, so the glasses are going to be a little pain and you'd look like a bit of a tool, I think, if you're sitting there talking to a ring, going, hey, yeah, no worries, I'll see you there in 3 minutes, man, cool, righto. So I don't know how that'll go. It's probably, I guess, if you've got Alexia, that's something to have a look at through Amazon, so that's the buzz about that. So yeah, pretty cool. Apple. Wow. I really, I got to say wow, because I love Apple and they do the best software and they do a great product. It's very exy, unfortunately, nowadays, but it's still a good product. We've only just got the iPhone 11 release out, and I should be able to say shit. I shit you not. They're already leaking rumours about 2020 phones. It's been a week. 22nd, 20th. Yeah, it's been 8 days. 8 days since that released, and they're already talking about the next phone. They got 12 months and they're starting 52 weeks out to get those rumours through to make the money. It's like and it's hard to sort of ignore, because it's like, well, do they know something? Obviously, they talked about stuff, all the stuff that didn't come in this one. They're already just adding that into the new rumours. The only new thing about it was the Apple symbol on the back. They're talking about that having an LED and lighting up. Now, it's just reminded me, I'm trying to think of mine, and yes. Now, Apple's bringing that out, and they're going to bring it to the computers and everything. But if you look, I've got a 2014 MacBook Pro. Can you see that there? Just. I was trying to lift it up for you. I've got a cover on it to protect it. But you can see there, my Apple logo's been lighting up since 2014, 7 years ago. I've got to be honest, I didn't know that they'd stop doing that. That's always been since I've owned a MacBook Pro, that Apple lit up. It's never done on the phone, but like the phone's going to be in a cover. So now the cover's going to have another hole in it, for the lens, all the lens thing, and then you're going to have another cover for this light, just so you can see the light. So yeah, I don't think you really need it. It's a little bit gimmicky. It'd be great for the guys, I guess, that don't use silly enough or rich enough that they don't need a cover and they can afford to pay for a new phone every time it gets smashed and dropped or their kid throws it on the ground. But yeah, so I was just like, well, I'm assuming once I get my new laptop here that I thought it would have had that light as well. So, but obviously they don't. So yeah, that's, I guess, the new rumour from there. And last but not least, I've been a big fan of Fishing in the Wild series. Already on our Facebook page, on the Nightcliff Tigers Facebook page, I've already flicked over today's video from the boys. Please go and see it. It's an absolute friggin' perler. It's out at the Wessel Islands, north-east of the territory. Just gonna make sure I get me right part of the territory. Beautiful fishing spot. One of the biggest congregations of sharks you'll ever see. Amazing fishing, but just monstrous Spanish mackerel, and these things are launching 6 feet out of the water once they got this bait, the lures in, and there's sharks everywhere chasing things, and they're just you got to watch it. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's Fishing the Wild, Spanish mackerel, Cape Wessel. This episode's called Jumping Sharks of Cape Carnage, and Cape Carnage is an absolute perfect description of it. It's about a family. I think they do fishing charters or experiences, and you can go and stay on their boat, and it's just insane. I've seen sharks before, and I know. I think I'm pretty sure my brother's been out to Wessel Islands in the younger days, and they've gone fishing with him and the old man. I've never had a chance to go there. Beautiful country. Wow, the landscape, the edge of the ocean and that, the cliffs and the rock is just amazing. But these sharks is just, it'll knock your socks off. If you're into fishing, or even if you're not, if you're just into like really good videos, well done, go and see the boys today. This episode is an absolute perler. Should go viral, it's that good. Get on, share it, let everyone know about it. It's really good, and you'll love it, I guarantee you. If you don't love that, well, I apologise, but yeah, I can't stress how good that today's episode is. Really good. So Spanish mackerel and big suckers like heads. Spanish mackerel with heads like that thick, and it's missing the whole rest of its body because a big tiger shark or a bull shark's eating it. Monster gropers as well. So yeah, or I'm pretty sure it was a groper. There was one big groper, I think. Might have been a wrasse, but it was huge. And the sharks were staying away, so I'm assuming it was a groper. So yeah, check that out. Fish in the Wild. The guys, they do a great job. They're showing so much of the territory. It's awesome. Reminds me of growing up. It's amazing. Check it out. If you've never been to territory, watch the whole series. You'll get sucked in, and you'll probably definitely want to visit. October 1st, the $1 Million Barra comes online, so there's a lot of things to look forward to at the moment. They do need some rain up there. We're hoping for a big wet season, so the Barra for next season come through, but other than that, check it out. You'll love it. And that's it. That's another day. We will be seeing you Sunday morning. Saturday night, it's party time. Get out. Bit of G Fuel. Have a great night. If you're still drunk from the grand final today, make sure you drink some water before you go to bed. Maybe a multivitamin. Feel a little bit better tomorrow. And we will see you all on Sunday. Whatever you're doing, if you're coming, going, or drinking with the lads, have a great night, and I will see you in the morrow. See ya.